Hello learners, we now come to part 3 of this module, that is nucleotides. We have studied earlier about the physiological effects of protein and peptides and their specific role in human health. In the last part of this module, we shall discuss on nucleotides, which is an organic molecule that makes up the genetic material of all living things. Besides being a part of genetic material, it has several other roles to perform in the body. We shall be discussing some of the other functions of nucleotide. Now, let us look at the structure of nucleotide. A nucleotide is an organic molecule that is the building block of DNA and RNA. It is made up of a 5-carbon sugar and a nitrogenous base. The 4 nitrogenous bases in DNA are adenine, cytosine, guanine and thymine. RNA contains uracil instead of thymine. A nucleotide within a chain makes up the genetic material of all known living things. The physiological functions of nucleotide will tell us the role of nucleotide in the human body. Now, they are important metabolites and are involved in several cellular processes and play major role in structural, metabolic, energetic and regulatory functions. The physiological functions of these compounds include encoding and deciphering genetic information, mediating energy metabolism and cell signaling, as well as serving as components of coenzymes, allosteric effectors and cellular agonists. Besides being the basic unit of genetic material for all living things, a nucleotide can have other functions as well. It can serve as a base in another molecule such as adenosine triphosphate, which is the main energy molecule of the cell. They are also found in coenzymes like NAD and NADP, which come from ADP. These molecules are used in many chemical reactions that play roles in metabolism. Another molecule that contains a nucleotide is cyclic AMP, which is a messenger molecule that is important in many processes, including the regulation of metabolism and transporting chemical signals to cells. Nucleotides not only make up the building blocks of life, but also form many different molecules that function to make life possible. Nucleotides are normal components of the human diet, and the body provides mechanisms for their absorption and incorporation into the tissues. These compounds are not considered to be essential nutrients because they can be synthesized endogenously. Studies have demonstrated, however, that dietary nucleotides can have beneficial effects. The term conditionally essential has been used to describe their role in human nutrition. Conditionally essential nutrients are certain organic molecules that can normally be synthesized by an organism, but under certain conditions in insufficient quantities. In humans, such conditions include premature birth, limited nutrient intake, rapid growth and certain disease states. Choline, inositol, taurine, arginine, glutamine and nucleotides are classified as conditionally essential and are particularly important in neonatal diet and metabolism. Nucleotides may become essential when the endogenous supply is insufficient for normal function, even though their absence from the diet does not lead to a classical deficiency syndrome. In fact, no particular disease has been related to a nucleotide deficiency. Most dietary nucleotides are rapidly metabolized and excreted. Ingested nucleotides support trophism and enzymatic activity of intestinal mucosa. However, in certain circumstances and for some tissues, a lack of dietary nucleotides may impair important functions, suggesting a key nutritional role. So, let us now see nucleotides, why nucleotides are termed as conditional essential nutrients. These are referred to as conditional essential nutrients in a variety of clinical situations and during development. Studies have shown that nucleotides accelerate the recovery of liver and intestine after a variety of insults. Dietary nucleotides have been shown to have a significant effect on immunity. They contribute to strengthen the immune system by encouraging the proliferation, differentiation and maturation of immune cells such as macrophages, lymphocytes and neutrophils. So, the role of nucleotides in immunity. Nucleotides are found in normal diets, have been recently determined to be required for normal immune defense. T lymphocytes seem to require dietary nucleotides for normal maturation and function. Host resistance to bacterial and fungal infection is decreased in mice on nucleotide free diets. Addition of RNA or uracil was reported to prevent this vulnerability to infection. Dietary RNA is required to restore lost immune function after protein deprivation. Adequate calories and proteins alone do not return immune function normal. Dietary nucleotides can, however, restore lost immune function even during protein starvation and weight loss. Now, coming to nucleotide supplementation. Nucleotide supplementation has been observed to have a significant effect on immune function and disease resistance in several animal models. As such, immune functions may represent a highly sensitive indicator of the response of the animals to dietary nucleotide. Nucleotides are naturally present in human milk, that is 2 to 5% of the non-protein nitrogen. Since nucleotides have positive effects in infant nutrition, manufacturers add nucleotides in baby milk powder. In a context where food additives are subjected to regulation, nucleotide addition in baby milk powders are about to enter under the control of strict rules. Nucleotide supplementation for infant formula and parental nutrition is, however, considered beneficial. Research studies to assess the effect of these compounds on immune function and disease resistance would be highly interesting. We come to the conclusion of this module on specific effects of non-nutrients in relation to protein, peptides and nucleotides. From the foregoing discussion in this module, it can be concluded that protein, peptide and nucleotides have significant role to perform in human body. Protein is used for many metabolic and physiological reasons. Amino acids present in excess of body's need can either be used directly as a fuel to produce ATP or converted to glycogen or fat and stored for later use. Some amino acids can be converted to glucose by the process of gluconeogenesis. In weight reducing, high protein diets, the extra protein beyond the need of the body is used for energy purposes. Peptides are known as mini proteins. Bioactive peptides are derived from body proteins and have several important roles to perform. Peptides are used by athletes for muscle building. Bioactive peptides are derived from foods of a promise as a health product. Food derived bioactive peptides offer much promise in improving human health while providing a valuable resource for food producers to prepare value added products. Nucleotides are the basic materials and perform several other functions in the body. Dietary nucleotide supplementation has been shown to play a significant role on immunity. Lack of dietary nucleotides may impair important functions, suggesting a key nutritional role. Thank you.